Isaiah 42 is one of the best predictions of the coming of Islam. The servant of Isaiah 42 is clearly Muhammad.
This guy made 3 out of 4 videos reacting to my Isaiah 53 one. That's more times than the amount of times his man God Messiah was prophesied in his holy text. That's also the same amount of days he was dead for. And he only responded to 10 seconds of it. Speaking of responding, I was gonna respond in kind, but since he wants to goof around, I'll take a page out of Sirah's book. Let's refute this garbage video. What's the context of it?
Context? I don't think I know what that means.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you thought the servant theme starts from Isaiah 42 and ends with Isaiah 61. As a matter of fact, you only know the context because you watched my video.
Now, Isaiah was talking about the Jewish remnant that was carried away into exile into Babylon, and it's hope that one day their God will deliver them.
Okay, so is the servant identified?
Well, of course the servant is identified.
Did he just write down Isaiah 42 verse 1? Sorry, identified by who? The author of Matthew who came 700 years after the fact? Plus, is this guy going to say that since the context is about Israel, it's about Israel as well? Say goodbye to Isaiah 53. Actually, declare with me. Paul is a false apostle. Why? Because he identifies the servant in Isaiah 49 as himself and Barnabas in Acts chapter 13 verse 47.
Now, the Hebrew people, they identified that servant as the Messiah. The Targum Jonathan reads this verse this way. Now, remember, this predates Jesus, and it definitely predates Muhammad.
The Targum Jonathan predates Jesus? Lord have mercy. The Targum Jonathan on Isaiah 42 is dated to between the 3rd and the 5th century, after Jesus, and you cannot prove any tradition of it that exists before the 1st century.
It says, behold my servant, Muhammad, no, Messiah. Sometimes I get Messiah and Muhammad mixed up.
By the way, the Targum translates Isaiah 7:14 as the young woman. Guess that's thrown under the bus.
So, yeah, the Jews felt that this represented Messiah. In fact, most of the early Hebrew commentary that predates Jesus links the servant to not just the nation of Israel, but to the remnant that were faithful, they would be delivered, and then specifically to the Messianic king, who would be the deliverer.
Oh, now you want to appeal to double fulfillment? Well, let's see if Jesus fits the description or not. In verse 2, it says he will not shout or cry out. But in Matthew 21:12-13, Jesus overturns the table and yelled at them. So much for not shouting. He also cried out in John chapter 7 verse 28. Verse 4 he says he will not fail until he establishes justice on earth and bring a new law. Well, Jesus did neither. In verse 6 it says, a light to the Gentiles. However, Jesus says he's only sent for Israel. And the commission to the Gentiles starts after him, meaning he doesn't fulfill this. In verse 13 it says, like a warrior he will triumph over his enemies. Jesus was never a warrior. Unless if you want to say that carrying cross is a warrior like. Actually, never mind, you don't even know who carried it. In verse 17 it says he will stop idol worship. No need to say this, Jesus didn't stop idol worship. If anything, the Christian version might have started it.
The servant is Israel, not Muhammad.
I'll go through how Isaiah 42 is about the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, but that's for the next video. Stay tuned for that.
Repeat that one more time.
There is no compulsion in religion.
Then don't be late with your jizya payment next time.